So, what have I been up to? It's been an absolutely amazing weekend. You know, when you have one that is generally so enjoyable, you definitely know you'll treasure it for as long as you live. Okay, I get it, that does sound a bit heavy, but it was very good. First of all, there were several things happening this weekend. I've wanted to have an English breakfast for a while, but no longer living in London, a good quality breakfast can be hard to find. Now, when I say English breakfast, I mean something with all the trimmings. Black pudding, fatty bacon, oily eggs, you know, the type that makes your arteries slam shut when they hear it sliding down. A few weeks ago, a student who is particularly fond of London told me about this place you could go to get a breakfast. He and his wife, after living in London for so long, sorted out in Budapest. He said it was great and that I should try it. I must admit there was a bit of skepticism on my end. After all, the last English breakfast I'd ordered in this city had been very disappointing. Let me put it this way. Imagine being severely hungover and ordering what should be a comforting breakfast via a food delivery app at 7:30 in the morning. It's the last thing that will help calm your stomach and grab you from the hangover, and it's awful. The baked beans don't taste like baked beans. The sausage was a frankfurter. The fried egg was hard and cold. If I hadn't known better, I would have thought they prepared it the day before. Those were the only things that came with the breakfast. So I resigned myself to never having an English breakfast here. Anyway, so I went to this suggested place with the skepticism in my heart and hesitation at my feet. I also invited a few friends, so if the event did turn out to be disappointing, we could just drown our sorrows in beer and wine. It would have been 11 a.m. by then, and we would have earned it. It was also a friend's dog's birthday, and she intended to celebrate it, which put me in a bit of a mood. Now, I don't know, perhaps I'm a terrible pet owner, but I haven't celebrated my dog's birthdays in years. I just give them special treats and cuddles, and that's it. Then again, I've only started celebrating my birthday in recent years. I sort of endured a mild childhood trauma on my 10th birthday, and it has stayed with me for so long, never to be forgotten, always to be relived every year. However, on this day in particular, we decided to indulge my friend and her lovely dog, who is a fox terrier. It was all good, and she even got a cake and brought treats for my dogs, who I'd left at home. You see, you cannot have my dogs at a breakfast venue with sausages and bacon around and have a chill meeting. They will scatter that place so quickly, and I refuse to be embarrassed so publicly. However, all the attention lavished on my friend's dog got me thinking and feeling a bit guilty. I love my dogs, I really do. One of them is a June puppy, or is that April? No, she's definitely June. No, she's definitely April, because then it's an 8-week wait to pick the puppy up. That's Raffles. The other is Guinness. I want to say Guinness is a January puppy. I definitely get January vibes off him, you know. The point is, I rarely celebrate their birthdays. To be honest, I stopped celebrating mine for so long because it just got boring and repetitive. Plus, not to sound too philosophical, but every day should be a celebration of life, right? That's exactly what I think, and that's exactly how I see it. However, all guilt was swept aside when I realized that no, although I didn't celebrate my dog's yearly birthdays, more due to forgetfulness than anything else. Heck, I was 6 hours into my birthday last year before I realized it was my actual birthday. The realization only came because my friend started texting from 5 a.m. and then my mum called at 7 a.m. She always wants to be the first one to call, not realizing I've already started getting messages from midnight. Anyway, so back to my original point. I didn't celebrate my doggers' birthdays, but they had celebrations of life every day, or almost every day, in the form of bony steak meat. In this economy, that's approximately once a week, or raw meal daily filled with chicken, turkey mince, tinned fish, spinach, sweet potatoes, broccoli. Plus, we hit the woods at least once a week. I'd like it to be daily because, how about, I live only 10 minutes away, but I'm too addicted to working at the moment. I could go on, but you get the gist of it. So I feel like I've been vindicated. And for you people who believe that tinned fish is not good enough and that I should only feed them proper fish, like raw fish, why don't you buy it and then send it to me? That's a fantastic idea, I think, okay? So, all in all, it was a pretty good day. The breakfast was delicious, the service really good, the dogs had a great time with their birthday gift bags, and my guilt dissipated really bloody quickly. However, another problem was sort of lingering, and that is the state of my dogs. They've been very, very unkempt and very untidy looking. So I managed to get an appointment with the local groomers to get them groomed. After waiting approximately 2 weeks for the groomer near me to get in touch with me. So the customer service is just terrible. So anyway, I went in, got them groomed. They look normal again. I've stopped receiving nasty looks of people and judgy looks of people. And you know what? You can look absolutely rough as hell and have amazing looking dogs and people don't care. If your dogs look rough and you look rough, people only care about the dogs. And if you look good and the dogs look terrible, you're a nasty person. So I think people just care more about dogs than about human life at this point. And you know what? I can't really say that I blame them. I don't blame them at all. But look, here Raffles and Guinness, looking good, looking sexy, yeah, looking fine. Okay, so that was the weekend all in all. Lovely breakfast, a very doggy weekend. I ended up going with them on a walk much later in the day because it wasn't too hot at that point. So it was just great. It was lush, beautiful, and very exciting. Alrighty guys, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it'll be a lot longer and a tad bit more interesting than this one was. Bye.